All right, welcome back. Another stream. Doing some Artificer. I wasn't initially interested in this category for a while, so I didn't really want to bother with scavengers. And the fact that you have to carry around a scavenger for like half the run. But I've kind of changed my mind for a few reasons. One, the route that I've seen other people do actually doesn't look too bad, since you pretty much immediately go over to like industrial and shimmy, those kind of regions. There's a handful. Well, okay, the previous route that I had in mind went through Shaded, and the entrance to industrial from Shaded was kind of awful. There's like a long hallway where there's a bunch of scavengers. It's very hard to deal with those. But the other regions, the other route where you go through garbage wastes and industrial and chimney areas like those, it's not actually that bad because you can actually carry a vulture mask and a scavenger at the same time. And for that reason, you know, most of the lizards that you come across actually aren't that bad because they'll just run away from the after seeing the vulture mask. It's actually super easy to get a vulture mask too. You just need to hit a vulture with an explosive spear. Both find an explosive spear and a vulture like pretty easily in the very beginning. So yeah, these won't be like actual speedrun attempts for the most part. I'm just going to be, well, actually, even in actual speedrun attempts, you're still going to die a lot. That's just kind of how this category is at the moment. I need to change that setting. One second. Yeah, how about like that? Let me know if the volume's all good. Anyway, you exit out right here. It actually resets some spawns, I think. It makes it easier to get past this this next scavenger toll. You want to go this way. See, now that the scavengers are entering from over there, you can get through the toll pretty easily. I initially didn't really like the idea of having to go through this area because of this scavenger toll, but it's actually very easy. And now you can actually see, here's a vulture, here's a spear, right? The only problem is that there could be multiple. It's actually very easy to get a mask, although that's another problem. There goes the scavenger. And I'm also now stuck in the side of this. Okay, I don't even know what happened. So yeah, you need that's honestly the hardest part. It's actually like keeping the scavenger body. Because it's very easy for another vulture to show up and take it, or for you to lose it somewhere. Also, I haven't played Artificer in a while, so my movement might not be the greatest. Oops, that's a mistake. I didn't want to accidentally pick up a pearl. Actually, I didn't expect the problem would be finding too many vultures. Because now I need to keep the... I need to get the mask, keep the body. I did not know that there was a red lizard here. Yeah, this is a little bit trickier than I thought it would be. I didn't, because there's way too many vultures. You know, something that could actually make this a little bit easier. See if I can do this. Nope. I actually know how it works. Okay, yeah, I guess. I don't know how that works. I thought there's a way you can like pick up a spear and a scavenger body, but I feel like this just kind of messed me up because now the scavengers are going to be at the toll. Unless they haven't gotten there yet. No, they've definitely gotten there. Although, vulture distraction. Ooh. That's kind of dangerous. Another problem is king vultures. Okay, that would have actually worked out pretty well if the king vulture wasn't there. I'm pretty lucky with their karma levels. Actually, the timer does reset. I picked up the pearl again. So I'm not actually losing any time by dying a lot here. Anyway, what I want to do here is actually find a vulture. Kind of funny how they prioritize me over the... Oh. Okay, good start so far. The red lizard is still a problem. There he is. They just come over here. That's what I wanted. There's a lot of optimizations I could make with the movement. So I'm not too familiar with the Artificer's movement. Maybe I use like too many explosive jumps or not enough. There's a lot of like stamina management there. Because you don't want to pass out because you blow up too much. Actually went pretty well. This is why you want the vulture mask. Just kind of ignore all the lizards here. Whoa, that's close. Whoa, why did you do that? Maybe you want to go this way. Yep. Whoa. Up here. I believe this is the right direction. I'm just gonna try to avoid using explosive jumps when I'm sparking like that. Just to be safe. Even if I could get a few extra jumps out of it. I just want to go this way. Yeah. Did 2 jumps at once there. I was like, oh no, I don't have enough karma. That's right, I have a scavenger. It's also important to note that I don't have the setting that like keeps the cycles as long as possible. So you might get unlucky with the cycle timer. Hello over on Twitch. Welcome to the stream. Doing some speedrunning. Well, mostly practice for now. I haven't done this run before. So I'm just figuring things out as we go. Although I have seen some other runs before that I'm basing this route off of. Some of it is also intuitive. Like I've gone through industrial plenty of times, so I'm just gonna follow the route that I'm familiar with. There's a vulture here. Ooh, a scavenger. Lizard distraction. I don't like that. If they just get that scavenger, I wouldn't have to deal with them. Just gonna leave that room in advance so that vulture flies away. Oh, okay, that wasn't too bad. Lizard in that tunnel. I don't know if there's ever situations where they see the scavenger, but they don't see the mask, so they go after the scavenger. I actually landed on a platform there. I could have kept going. Speaking of situation where that could happen. Uh-oh. I grabbed onto the lizard. Uh-oh. He got me! Oh, wow. I didn't expect that to happen. Okay, there's a lot to learn. In terms of combat. I'm not that great at it, especially because you have to hold on to the mask and and the scavenger. I didn't think that lizard would be a problem though. Maybe it's just because that room was really long. So, you know, that lizard kind of didn't mind the vulture mask after a while. Also, I pick up that pearl from really far away. King vulture. Honestly, getting a king vulture is probably ideal for a speedrun. I don't really like those guys over there. Hopefully this vulture isn't a problem. Okay. I just ran straight into that. I wanted to try to pick up his spear. Checking my map, by the way, to clear the text at the bottom of the screen so that I can keep my karma level. It gets in the way. So hopefully those aren't scavengers I heard over here. Ooh, those are... It's a series of problems. This is a good space for this vulture. Whoa, that was very close. The scavenger's body actually blocked that. Okay. I don't like this guy. I don't like that lizard. We're both in the same pipe. Okay, I guess that's one way to deal with the scavenger. Oh, there's still more though. Also, he's distracted by holding on to something. Oh, the sniper. I didn't think getting out of garbage waste would be that hard. Just once you get the vulture mask, there's nothing that much to worry about. It's like a handful of lizards that you can ignore. I think getting a vulture mask could be bad. And also this lizard. Okay. That didn't work. Oh, he's just gonna take the His body, isn't he? I kind of need that. And a vulture mask. Yeah, I'm just gonna restart. I'd have to go back to the toll to get another scavenger. I would like to at least stay in a shelter outside of garbage waste so that I could do a little bit more of the run instead of just this first area. Do better with regular spears than any kind of explosive. Honestly, that can definitely be the case sometimes. Where am I? Alright, there's so many. Well, there goes the scavenger body again. And I can't get this mask out of the way. They just grab onto the other vulture. Problem is that this guy's stuck in here. Okay, well, I got the mask. I think the scavenger body is long gone. Hello. Honestly, okay, I was going to say something, but then I fell down here. Like, oh, that red centipede isn't really that scary. Now it is very scary. So I need to find another scavenger eventually. Whoa. That's good, kid. Ideally, you hold on to one scavenger body the whole time. I would like to do something about that leaf blizzard because it's gonna start attacking me soon. Using dev tools to restart prohibited. I think, yeah, having dev tools on at all is prohibited for speedruns. You can just restart normally. It doesn't reset the timer, although actually that might still not be allowed. I don't know. Although you usually use a real time. You keep track of like real time and game time. So if you were to restart a bunch, you would have a lot more like real time, even if the game time doesn't update. Definitely do that. I kind of fell out of it. You have to be precise. Also, I've yet to find another scavenger, so I might not be able to get through here. I don't know where a good place to find another one would be. Still been wandering around. This room sucks. Aren't any scavs there? Let's try to get another one from the start. I kind of just assume that there might be scavengers anywhere. Swap pants. I don't want the scavengers there. So this red lizard, it doesn't show up again. Yeah, save your life, dude. Scavengers, or vulture's back. Okay, that's what I wanted. That's what I was going for. Get the mask quickly. Keep the scavenger. Well, let's not fall down there again. So this run is very interesting. I think it's possible to do the whole thing in a single cycle. Because if you can get to the wall, you can finish the rest of the run because it doesn't rain up there. Of course, that's incredibly risky since it's very easy to die. So I'm not going for that at all. I'm probably going to stay in a lot of shelters. Just so that I actually get to the later parts of the run. Oh, good job. Nice dropping spot. Okay. That's possible. I just kind of messed up the second jump. You need to get up there. I mean, the thing is, Dynasty Scab King, yeah. Those areas are where it's most likely to die. And just a single spear hit from the scavenger is enough. They could, like, happen off screen. Also, if you get there late enough in the cycle, it's going to be nighttime, so there's going to be even more dangerous creature spawns. Like at least scavengers, apparently. Although I haven't really seen that myself. Kind of hard to do an explosive jump out of the wire there. Anyway, let's try to avoid the lizards better. So I know it's possible to get from... Oh, that's too far. To get to the wall, right? But I don't know. I haven't practiced this run enough to get there, probably. Oh, there actually are scavengers here. I didn't think that would be a problem. Oh, I don't want to fall down here. What is up with that guy? Actually, doesn't seem like he has a weapon. Yeah, that wasn't actually that bad. But there is that vulture up there. Who is interested in me? Really? Damn, he moved really fast. I thought I'd be able to get down there in time. And to do that again. It's always random where the scavengers are gonna be. I mean, like always, that's just how Rand World is. If you want the speedrun, eventually you just kind of have to wait for the perfect cycle where everything lines up and the creatures are in good spots, and or actually ideally the creatures aren't there at all. The good spots are far off screen. Ooh, parry. Random creatures blocking the way, yeah. Actually, wouldn't mind if this vulture took the scavenger body. It's just two of them. Gotta back up. There we go. That was a little bit better than last time. vulture down there. Apparently there's always something going on in this room. But once you get past those few areas, it gets a lot easier. This room can be a little bit problematic. I'm not dead. Okay, I'm definitely dead now. He dipped me in the acid. It's not a problem if you don't take fall damage there. That was my mistake. So I tried to land onto that pole, but I'm not really familiar with the layout of that room. So I missed it. It's probably safer to just fall down normally. Then, like, time an explosive jump to stop fall damage. Predicament, yes. So normally, as long as you have the mask, you could ignore the lizards. That's a king vulture. Okay, he got the lizard. That actually makes this a lot easier. Of course, that thing does not make it a lot easier. That guy over there. As long as he doesn't take the scavenger body. I'm now holding a centipede. There really has to be 3 of them. Hold up. Guys, don't take that. The centipede might kill them all. I don't know if they can one-shot a... Oh, great. I don't know if they can one-shot a vulture. Okay, I think they're all dead. As long as I can avoid the red centipede, I'll be safe. Yeah, I had a perfect opportunity there. Oh, I thought he followed me. Could you come into this room? Gosh, where's the lizard? I think there's a scavenger somewhere down there. I can't see it on the map, though. Just kind of grab stuff randomly, and it might be a scavenger. Oh no, there isn't. Hold up, did the king vulture actually take it? Yeah. What, like 5 vultures? 5 vultures in that room? I'm just gonna be doing this the whole stream, aren't I? Hello? Anyone who's already done speedruns of this category has probably already knew that. How naive thinking that I can actually get past garbage waste. Honestly, I'd be happy with staying in a shelter in chimney canopy if I could make it that far. How much current did this guy have? He wasn't dead. Of course, there's the scavenger on this side too. This guy doesn't have any karma at all. Is that guy gonna come back down? Hold up, there's a mask right there. Of course, he landed right on the scavenger body. I mean, I did kind of expected that. Oh god, he focused on the scavenger, not me. Like how there's a red lizard and a red centipede in that room. Why not? Why not have both of them? It's convenient that they had the excuse of saying that these creatures are purpose organisms, possibly created by the iterators. There's no way an ecosystem could function with like this many ridiculously violent creatures. It looks like they will try to grab the scavenger body, despite the fact that I have the mask on. Like if a predator like the red lizard existed in the real world, not many of them would exist. They'd be incredibly rare. That's just kind of how it is. But Randall's like, nah, they're not rare. Let's just spam them everywhere. Not just the red lizards specifically, but all kinds of like red creatures, the like hunter specific creatures. Maybe a little bit too common. And just kind of creatures in general. Something that I don't really like is just how common some dangerous creatures are. Like when you're going through a chimney canopy, or yeah, chimney canopy. The very start of it, it has like a ton of, even just the survivor, a ton of blue lizards, white lizards, pink lizards, just everywhere. And it's like, what are these creatures eating? Like, there's no way there's enough food to feed every single lizard here. Or maybe they're not actually eating enough food. They're all starving, but coming back because of the cycle anyway. Bat flies. Lizards don't really eat bat flies though. And the strawberry ones do. Oh, come on. Kind of a problem with holding on to scavenger. And it'll like kind of go into pipes for you. Drag him into places where you don't want to go. Oh, of course there's another one over there. Actually, that took care of that scavenger, so thank you. Hold up. Okay, that was a little ridiculous. Saw how that guy actually threw a spear straight up. I'm gonna die here, aren't I? I'll stay up here as long as I need to. He expert garbage choice. Oh, they took the vulture mask. I actually should have thought of that. Yeah, those masks are gone. He doesn't actually have any spears. None of these guys has a vulture mask. Okay, I'm just gonna have to find another and deal with the lizards myself. Remember when I said that, actually, I don't think anyone is here, but I said earlier that I actually was interested in trying this run because it used the vulture mask. Wow, that avoids most of the annoying creature spawns that you would normally have to deal with. But I'm now here, maskless. Okay, that's just kind of expected, honestly. I think that all you have to do is make it to industrial, I need to be done. Because if I actually kept the mask, that wouldn't be a problem. Didn't want this pearl. Oh no, the scavengers are going to be mad at me that I took their pearl. That's convenient. The existence of a maskless King Vulture suggests the existence of a King Vulture mask somewhere. I would like to have it, but I'm not staying in that room for any longer than I have to. I wonder sometimes, can like maskless vultures sometimes just show up on their own for no reason? Or do they always have to have lost their mask sometime during that cycle? No, don't go that way. Oh, he's got a drop wig. So I know that if a vulture loses their mask, you can like stay in a shelter and it'll still not have a mask the next cycle. How to get that much karma? That's oh shoot. That's how the Artificer works. Okay, actually was able to get it back. So the Artificer doesn't have any karma. They are stuck at level 1. But by carrying a scavenger body, you kind of steal their karma. So this scavenger's level is level 4. It's actually added onto your current karma level. So I don't know if this guy actually has like karma level 3 and it's added onto my level 1, or if my level counts as level 0 and they just have level 3, I guess. I don't know. So yeah, you can use them to cross karma gates. That's why I'm carrying this. I'm going to use it to actually cross the next like 2 gates. This one into industrial, as well as from industrial to chimney, if I can actually get there. I've yet to get to chimney, although if I do, I'm going to stay in that shelter. So yeah, I wouldn't be able to get through this gate without this. It's actually flashing on the map since my actual karma level isn't high enough. Whoops. Probably a better way to do that than what I was doing before. The scavenger's in this room, that's already a good sign. Ooh, blew up too much. That's not a good sign. Oh, come on. I'm actually kind of worried about this. I can't just, actually, I can't. Yeah. So you don't want to use too many explosive jumps. Ooh, that's not good. Where'd the guy? He got stuck on that platform. Well, I died anyway. You can see why it's a little difficult to actually get the chimney. I don't know if having extra spears stuck in him makes him heavier or anything like that. I like how this green lizard is the easiest creature in the whole region. Really? I really don't like that mechanic. That's just annoying. Like, if a creature is injured, it should not instantly kill you. It doesn't really make sense. Like, oh, I'm dying, I got impaled by a spear. And then they, like, pierce my internal organs. And I think that's kind of what the random death mechanic is supposed to represent. Like, that's a creature bite might just, like, hit some vital organs and like, easily kill, but not all the time. But it's just annoying as a game mechanic, which I suppose hasn't stopped Rain World before. Nope, I would like to grab your mask. Even the scavenger body over here is a little bit dangerous, since another creature could show up on the other side and grab it very easily. So this is the most peaceful this room has been. I heard the red lizard spit though, the last second. There's something down there. Excuse me. How did that happen? Well, that's a full plan actually. I hadn't seen that before. Definitely improved my movement in some of these areas, although I don't really care too much about optimizing this. Just getting one complete run would be good enough, honestly. I didn't want to drop him. Okay, that actually wasn't that bad. That room could be a lot worse if the lizards are hungry. Or the spiders. So I didn't really think about this. I didn't seem interested, but I don't think spiders really care about vulture masks at all. Okay, I guess I'm just not strong enough to do. Burnt scavenger body, yeah. It's a little bit of extra seasoning. That Dropwig is still in attack mode. A little bit of acid, nothing to worry about. Yeah, I feel like I'm getting kind of close to the explosion limit. At least for a bit there. Probably do that jump from higher up. Is it just me, or is that pipe flashing green every time? But there's nothing green here. There's a green lizard in the other room. Here's your classic vulture spawn. Here too. I don't like that. That was actually pretty lucky. There's a decent chance that Dropwig would have dodged that. And I would have had to deal with an angry Dropwig. which you don't want to. You don't want to do that. I'm actually gonna go this way. I've had problems with that other room. Or going up the top of that room. Someday we'll figure out what centipedes eat. They don't eat anything. They eat pain. Souls, perhaps. Okay, this is the furthest I've gone so far. I will stay in the first. It's an egg bug. Even if it was a lizard, it wouldn't be a problem. There's this popular theory that centipedes are actually like solar panels, and they shock things to discharge because they build up too much energy. I feel like that's kind of ridiculous because centipedes are actually very common in underground areas where that wouldn't be a problem. As well as I feel like solar panel or solar energy would be kind of inconsistent considering the amount of clouds. And there are some pretty bright areas like Sky Islands, for example. And I suppose, you know, it'd be more common to find them in underground areas if they didn't want to get sunlight. Yeah, actually, like, centipedes going out and, like, hunting things. Herbivores tend to be more dangerous. Yeah, like, more defensive, kind of. So I'm going to be staying in this shelter. That doesn't mean I need to find another scavenger before getting to the wall, which kind of sucks. Yeah, I made it all the way to like 2 regions over. How long has it been? About 50 minutes. Almost an hour just to get past 2 regions. Classic Artificer experience. Means that I'm probably going to die a whole lot here too. Especially since I'm going to have to fight scavengers. There's no alternative. Although the search here won't be a problem as long as I can move fast enough. Okay, I tried to do something else there. Uh-oh, angry noodle. Don't like that scavenger. Or that's not a scavenger, that's a vulture, but it's out of the way now. Hold up. Hey, that's a high karma level. Okay, of course, there's gonna be other scavengers. Hopefully they just move out of the way. That was a little close. Now it's just vultures I have to worry about. Kind of wondered, is it possible to make this jump? Okay, it feels pretty close, but not with the extra weight of the scavenger. Okay, that was actually surprisingly clean. As long as I don't find a king vulture in this room. I think that aggressive centipedes might also be because of how how often small centipedes are hunted. Like I mean, who knows how like growing up actually works in this world. But let's take an example of a small centipede. They are pretty much a big source of food for a lot of creatures. You'll see all the time lizards, slug cats, like squidcada, everything wants to eat the small centipede. So they get used to being like constantly trying to be like hunted. So maybe they just kind of like grow up as very defensive, you know? Like it's best to like shock everything before it gets the chance to eat you. Or maybe the older centipedes kind of are very aggressive just to protect the small centipedes because they're such a good source of food for other creatures. Also, the route that I take up the wall is probably going to be the same as the route that I take for Artificer, for Rivula. So, I don't know if it's ideal since Rivula does move faster through tunnels, so most of my movement is based around going through as many tunnels as possible. But I'll try to find places where I can make use of the explosive jump. That is an advantage that Artificer has over Rivula in some situations. Anyway, this is the room that I'm worried about. Because it's long enough so that the aggression from lizards might, or the fear of the vulture mask might wear out by the time you get to the end of the room. It's also very nice to go to this area when it's not raining. If you don't know, I've been running Rivulet Story Percent off stream, and my strategy is to go all the way from the drainage shelter all the way up to the wall without staying in any other shelter. You just barely have enough time to make it. And in fact, it does rain. It does start raining, but you can get to the rooms where the rain doesn't affect you. You can get to those rooms fast enough. But that last room, the orb room with all the orange lizards in it normally. Oh, come on. It's actually, you still get pushed down by the rain a lot. So I've had to deal with falling down that pole a whole lot because of the rain push down, and it's really annoying. It's really nice to actually be in this area when it's not raining. Although I imagine that if you optimize this route enough, you could also do the same strategy there. That's a scavenger. I don't like scavengers. I really don't like this area. This is the last, this is right, like, I actually want to stay in this shelter. It's in the next room. I don't know if that one's dead. Oh, of course he touched that. Oh, of course it's the lizard. Not the scavengers that I'm worried about. It's the lizard with the one-hit kill out of nowhere, despite the mask. That was RNG. I mean, RNG in a lot of ways, like the scavengers being there, that lizard being there, me accidentally doing a parry when I didn't want to. That's an elite. You know it's an elite. It just threw at that ridiculous angle. It always scares me that creatures like elite scavengers and red lizards are so like dangerous. It just shows how much restraint the developers had in developing every single other creature. Like this is what they could have been, you know. They could have all been just as bad as this, but they held back. They made it so that scavengers can only throw at slightly upwards angles and not like 360 degrees. little annoying how that's off screen. Also, I do need to find a scavenger again. Here's a scavenger. Then of karma. And it's an elite. That actually might be bad if they're heavier. So I'd be actually doing this next area a little bit slower, but still works out. Also, does anyone know if elite scavengers are any different than the normal scavengers and like normal? I mean, so they're obviously different, right? They jump around, they throw spears better, but what else is different about them? Is it just a regular scavenger who's like has extra training or something like that? Or are they actually like physically different? They have much more health. I think I've noticed that before. That's a king vulture I'd really like to avoid. Or not, actually. I would like a king vulture mask. Actually, no. I need to hold on to this body. I actually do need it for this next gate. Okay. You know what? Maybe I don't need a vulture mask. Or an elite vulture, or king vulture. They're not elites. See, that also gave 4 food pits, right? That's the same amount of food that a normal scavenger gives. There's really a cyan lizard all the way down here, and a king vulture all the way down here. Luckily, it's preoccupied. I already said this. I don't need a king vulture mask. You know, we know that like lizards are scared of vulture masks because they think you're a vulture, right? They only see the mask and they're like, that's dangerous. That's all they recognize immediately. And of course that means that scavengers aren't scared of you because they aren't fooled by the disguise, right? They know that you're just a slug guy. They're smarter. But I think it still makes sense for them to be scared of you if you have an elite. I keep calling them elite. A king vulture mask because it means that you are capable of defeating a king vulture. So then they're like, they kind of fear you out of like what you're capable of instead of thinking that you're actually a vulture. And then maybe if you have good scavenger reputation, it's like they respect you more. Like, oh wow, he's capable of defeating a king vulture. They'd be like a worthy addition to the tribe. Unless that's already a thing. There's a lot of scavenger behavior that I'm not familiar with. Oh wow. YouTube is telling me that I currently have -1 viewers. Thanks, YouTube. That's definitely true. That's definitely how it is, right? Yeah, that was the scavenger. I probably should have thrown a spear. I saw the thing move through the pipe. I was just like, I hope that's a bunch of bat flies. Of course it wasn't. More aggressive if you had an elite scavenger mask. Someone has to test that now. Do they dislike you if you have an elite scavenger mask? Because it just means that you've killed one of them. Or even if they haven't seen it. Oh, wow. I accidentally killed that Noodlefly by pushing it into the crossway. See, just like look at how many lizards were on the screen just then. Was it like 5 at once? A few of them being leaf lizards, which are horrible abominations of not even nature. I'm sorry, scavenger. Does anyone know if a scavenger's karma has anything to do with their stats? This scavenger seemed quite scared, like it was running away from me. I don't like that. These are realistic ecosystem. You would think that maybe the like more capable scavengers would have higher karma, or if it's just completely random. I do think at least scavengers have higher karma on average. Also, all these flies follow me around. Kind of sad that the... Yeah, move out of the way, man. The shelter that you're supposed to stay in for this route is right above that room with all the scavengers in it. The place where I've died the last few attempts. Because you want a shelter there so that you can see pebbles and then exit out of the game. I didn't really need to do that, but like the moment you see pebbles, it opens up the Metropolis gate. So you just exit out and then you'll be in that shelter so you're closer to the gate. So all I have to do is get through one room with all those scavengers, and I'd be making progress. It's calculated based on their personality. Not a fan of this lizard. Whoops. See, the timer's out. I got a good spirit there. for all other creatures, isn't it just scavengers that should have karma? Whoa, okay. Gab King. I guess I haven't thought about that. If you pick up his body, does he have karma too? It usually just ends right after that point. Oh wow. They deflected that. He's not even dead. Hey, I actually made it. Enough food too. They just have 5 karma. Okay, so the next part of this run, actually I don't need to carry these technically. The next part of this run is a little bit mundane compared to the rest of it. You can go up here actually. Because I'm just gonna go up to Pebbles and then back. Actually, no, there's gonna be scavengers. I forgot about them. Yeah, they like to hang out at the top of the wall. And it's really annoying. Because they will snipe you from off screen. Ever went to Metropolis before? Well, I haven't been there too often either, so I might not be completely familiar with the route. There's one scavenger. I have reviewed it a little bit before the stream, so hopefully I still remember correctly. Died many times up here at Spearmaster. Yeah, they also have pretty low reputation. I feel like doesn't make sense at all. The scavengers should like an infinite source of spears. Okay, you can tell that they're not dead if they don't drop their spears on the floor. But if you save a lizard like that, their reputation goes up a lot. Or no, if you save well, actually, that's also the case for any creature. If you save them from another creature like a vulture, then their reputation goes up a lot, and that counts a lot as towards scavengers specifically. Spear Goose. I haven't really thought about that. Same with Artificer, honestly. They have, like, they can provide infinite explosives. Okay. Let's try a different strategy. That works pretty well. So when you explode sideways, it actually doesn't give you any change in vertical speed at all. Okay. It's purely like a horizontal push. Hello. I think that should have opened the gate. Those scavs, but yeah, they're really hard to fight because they have similar abilities to the player. They can also throw spears. at a pretty long range, that insta kill. That's what you're able to do, so it's actually balanced. Like a little too balanced, because there's also a lot of scavengers, and they can also see between screen transitions, so that's an advantage over you. But it's pretty cool when you have a good reputation. I don't know how I did that. You can also, if you want to know how to fast wall climb, like I am doing there, you just look at the input display at the bottom left of the screen. I guess I have to wait for this to open. If you're ever wondering how I'm doing certain movement tech, you can always just look down there. Aiming for overseer. Yeah, that happens too. Anytime scavengers are fighting anything, there's always a chance that they can just hit you. I'm actually gonna get rid of the spear. Yeah, that was kind of a stupid idea. I could have used it for doing that. So here's where we're gonna see if I actually remember the route. And also where there's going to be a lot more scavengers. It's gonna be fun. And it's if there wasn't already a lot of scavengers. You could then go down here. Wall pounce is optional. Do you want food at some point? That's good enough. Also, some people pointed out those guardians and the graffiti back there. I think it's that there's already guardian graffiti somewhere else in the game. Is this the right way? Yeah. Shit, this is the room that that looks kind of funny. It's like multiple screens connected by these pipes instead of usual like room transition pipes. By the way, this song is one of the best in the game. This is one of those moments that's really important for Downpour, considering that it's this might be one of the first like new, like big like new content reveals, because a decent amount of people are going to be playing Artificer as their first Downpour character, and Metropolis is the first time you see a bunch of new stuff. So this music is very fitting for that, and you get to go to the city, even if it is kind of overrun by scavengers. I'm going to eat these centipedes. I don't need to worry about food anymore. I don't know how there's a rainbow down here, because there's no clouds, right? No rain. Also, wow, a karma flower, how useful. This dropwing is making things a lot more difficult. Okay, luckily that jump is possible. I'm a big fan of this room. Is that a thin drop wig? Dude, I just want to get going. Okay, that's annoying. I don't know if I need to hold on to this vulture mask for any longer. I don't know if I'm going to be seeing too many lizards. Mostly just like scavengers past this point. Yeah, I like how this room kind of feels like something bad happened. Some like building collapsed and it made this whole mess. It's also where that one challenge takes place. You know. Also, there's a drop lurker here. Probably another good place to get food. I was actually, I don't know if I was holding the right direction. Someone can look at the input display, but I thought I threw in the other direction. Or at least I tried to. Yeah, strangely enough, a lot of grapple worms for an area where you don't actually need to use grapple worms at all. Also, I think someone said earlier that if you, that the Centowings get immediately aggressive if you attack their children, but that didn't seem to be the case here. Oh, that's wonderful. That's even better. Somehow that actually went pretty well. Oh, that's made the same mistake. You don't want to go diagonally here. You just end up wall pouncing. Another elite. That's wonderful. Actually, that was a mistake. Hey, don't! Took my mask. What the heck? Okay, well, it's actually pretty easy to get this back. I didn't know that drop wigs would just take items like that. I mean, I know that they use items like that as bait, but I thought they always like spawned with them in their dens. They could just like pick up random stuff that they found. I'm good on food. Also, I haven't said anything about this yet, but the Scav King is going to be interesting because I don't really have a strategy for that fight. I did see a video where the strategy was kind of to hide behind this one ledge. Kind of like a strategy that you use on other normal scavengers. The moment they poke their head over the ledge, you throw spears at them. That was RNG. I could have died randomly to that drop wig there, but I got lucky. Also, I totally forgot to pay attention to the I knew that there's a drop wig in that room, I just forgot to do anything about it. They have to be these guys here. Go down here. And over here. Creature karma is added to current player karma and clamped from 0 to 9. Well, those are just the regular max karma. Or like... You can't have negative karma, and you can't have over level 10 karma, which I assume is what 9 is. Hello. You probably have 0 karma. I assume that just means that it's not, doesn't add to your level at all. Also, I hope this is the right way. Yes, it is. I recognize this room. Oh, come on. I think there's a faster way. What, up that room? Or like throughout these rooms in general? So I haven't really made my own route to this area. I think this is the closest. Oh yeah, there's also another route, like from the other side of the Scav King, because this kind of goes the shelter around. I don't know if I'd like that other route though, because there's a scavenger toll. There's just a lot more scavengers you have to deal with in a flat area where it's harder to avoid them. So I don't think I need this mask. Probably didn't really need to do that. Yeah, I think I'd just rather avoid those for now unless it's significantly... Well, actually, I don't really care. I'm not trying to optimize this run. I just like to complete it. Okay, here we are. See if this turns out to be like horrible. Got an electric spear. Here, take that pearl. Yep. But that kind of worked out. I got a few good hits on him. I think you need to hit him 3 times to break the armor, and then a few extra times to get through his normal health. Which probably would work with one explosive spear. It's probably actually a good idea to try to prepare an explosive spear to grab for the last hit. I feel like that strategy could work well. Hello. Maybe a grenade is a good idea. Actually, I don't think it is. Hello? I have no idea where he is. Oh yeah, he's moving around. don't like that there's another scavenger there. It's got a meat shield now. Don't like this guy in the way. Is that it? Is that it? Wait, is that the mask? Okay, that's it. That grenade actually worked out. If I hit them with the bomb, you were correct about that prediction. That wasn't too bad. Oh no, my karma's locked at level 1. Yeah, we get the idea. I do want to see the screen. Time 25 minutes. So I think 25 minutes is the time that I would get without any deaths at all. I don't know if that's how this timer works exactly. It might not count other things like staying in shelters or like maybe gates. I don't know. But like 16 deaths is a lot, and a lot of it was in the very beginning. Actually, I don't know if those count. The deaths like before the first shelter. So I feel like I've died way more than 16 times this whole stream. One vulture. I think that was the vulture at the beginning to get the mask. Yeah, one mask for the whole run. So that was actually a little bit better than. But the actual time, 45 minutes about. Which, compared to the actual records at the moment, I know that they're around like 30 minutes. This would place me 5th or 6th on the leaderboard, which is like pretty good for this many deaths. That's just kind of how this run is. More optimization. More optimization from like not dying over like better movement, because you're gonna die. You know, it's not like other speedruns where it's like, oh, I'm gonna keep doing attempts until I get the run where I don't die at all. It's I'm gonna do attempts until I die less often than my previous run. So I've completed my goal of doing an Artificer run. However, I'm not going to do another attempt. I would like to instead hop over here. Oh yeah, don't mind the this is a world record, by the way, but it's not the best run that I can get yet. I'd like to do a little bit of Rivulet, specifically how does our Artificer make explosive spears with paper fiber on them? Don't think about it too hard. He just does. She just does. Anyway, yeah, Rivulet. I'd like to test something for the pilgrimage route. Get out of the water. Okay, this is already. I would have already restarted, but I'm not gonna try to avoid restarting. I'd like to test a different route for the pilgrimage route, because my old strategy involved going up to the wall and getting that echo. So specifically getting the wall echo, chimney echo, Sky Islands echo, and subterranean echo. Those were the 4 that I got. Kind of weird to see scavengers after killing them on site. But I'm thinking of a new strategy where I don't go to the wall, instead go down to farmeries and starve. That way I can grab the echo without like setting my shelter or my safe spot down there. So I'd be able to go all the way back up to the top of farmeries while also getting the echo. right at the start, so a bit of karma caching here. Change stream title. I don't know if that would like change the title of the VOD too, because like the majority of the stream is still going to be that Artificer run. So if you click on the VOD and it's like rivulet whatever, but then I end up playing Artificer for an hour and a half. So it's gonna be wrong for a while. Honestly, if you want to get the ending on any of the downpour slug gets, just go to Pebbles and he'll tell you what to do. Kind of strange that there aren't any stories that don't have to do with the iterators. There's like nothing where you just go and do your own thing. Yeah, all of them go to the iterators at some point, except for Saint, I suppose. But I'm not gonna continue on that for spoiler reasons. And Hunter, yeah, I suppose. But for Hunter, you know, you still, their like intended route is still related to the iterators, even if you don't have to go to them. But Hunter is also not a downpour slug cat, because the endings already like didn't really require the iterators. We just get echoes and ascend. If I have a backflip here, nope. It's like the one time where turnaround storage is actually useful. You can store a turn before going into the water, and then you can do a backflip up to that top pole. But I didn't do it correctly. Nightcat? You mean the inverted campaign? I'm still not counting that as an actual part of the game. Let's see if I can make it all the way to... This is a shorter cycle. Baby Centiwings don't have tiny wings. Yeah, they're basically just recolored small centipedes. I guess it kind of makes sense because they probably wouldn't really be able to fly anyway. What they really should add is multiple levels of flying centipede, just like how normal centipedes work. Because there's just the small and then like medium-sized ones, and I guess if you want to count Aquapede as a large Centiwing, they are very similar. Let's see if I can do this. Nice, first try. Honestly, that tech is really annoying. It's really like specific with the timing, so usually just mash spacebar instead. Or at least that's how it is for me. Mash jump instead. And that means you get like, I don't know, like a 40% chance of actually doing it correctly. At least that's kind of how it feels for me. Hello, Nape Blizzard. So like a decent amount of my runs have actually ended trying to do that poink and failing it multiple times. So I'm kind of at the point in my runs where I'm trying to optimize like every part of it. I don't know if going this way is faster, but I think it might be. There's a little thing you can do here. You can jump across that whole thing. I'm very glad that that lizard was holding on to a Sentinel. Although this lizard is not. So just ignore them. Okay, that could have been worse. Okay, I think it's late enough in the cycle for them to start running away. Yeah, there's so many. Kind of have this area. Oh. Okay, well at least I made it to this platform. Rain here is fine. I can make it to the shelter fast enough. At least I think I can. I might not actually be. I'm doubting that now. Yeah, I can't even get out of that pipe. I do have to restart now because the echo will be activated, so I'll have to try this again. I didn't go the wrong way. I went up there to activate the echo. I got up there, but I couldn't stay on the platform. I didn't finish this fruit. That up again. Again, I don't know if I messed it up last time, but that happens on a decent occasion. Have I interacted with slug pups before? I have. Not too much though. But I have gotten, I think the survivor ending with one slug pup, where you bring them to outer expanse. But not really. Actually, I think the reason I haven't really seen too many of them is because I don't even know if I have slug pups unlocked on this save file. I'd have to do the whole gourmand food quest. This save file is mostly for like speedruns and stuff, so I haven't done a food quest speedrun yet because it would take forever, and I have to play gourmand more. But it would kind of suck to activate that actually, because then in any of my like speedruns with survivor or monk, I might run these with slug pup and I'd have to leave them behind. So maybe it's good that I don't unlock them here. It's been quite a while since I played on the save file that does have them unlocked. Yeah, and then past monk, the Rivula and Saint, you can't find slug pups at all. you don't see scavengers in these rooms, and it's likely that they're in this room. There aren't actually any at all. Very lucky to not see scavengers anywhere in drainage. There's that backflip I was talking about. I probably should have grabbed another fruit. I'm gonna stay in this next shelter. Yeah. There actually is a situation. There's a possibility of getting a really bad cycle length. And I won't even be able to make it. Cause I mean, I like almost could have made it last attempt. With a 6 pip cycle. So it could be worse than that. Or it could be better. Same length. So I have to be quick about this. Honestly, the last attempt didn't even feel that slow. So I don't even know if I'll be able to make it up there this attempt. There's just one popping all over the place here. And that was with the getting blink first try. Probably won't happen again. We'll just have to see now. Oh, that was just the wrong angle. Excuse me. This is what usually happens. And then I messed up the angle again, and you know, we'll just okay. Now the spiders. I feel like I'm not gonna have enough time now. Hello? I also have to go activate the echo. Should they have speed too though? Great Artificer speedrun? Yes. I already did the Artificer run earlier in the stream. A little bit faster than I expected, so spending the rest of the time to test a different route with this. I'm attempting a pilgrimage run, which means going to the depths with after seeing enough echoes to get max karma. So I'm testing getting the farm race echo instead of the wall echo. Which I feel like isn't actually going to be any better, but I'm going to test it anyway. You can't really know how fast the route's going to be until you actually attempt it. Unless you want to go like room by room, like testing every single possible. But like if you want to look at every single room and seeing like you could somehow figure out how fast you could go through them, but then you wouldn't have an idea of what the creature spawns would be like. Where creatures end up on a cycle, and just a bunch of variables that you can't account for until you do an actual run. So I haven't gone to this shelter, and I probably should have done this shelter in the first place, because I clearly don't have enough time. Do I not even have enough time to get to this shelter? Uh oh, I think it's over. Yep. Okay, new strategy. Actually, you know what? I didn't even make it to the no, I have to restart. There's probably a way I could have gone through that room to avoid the rain, but the strategy kind of depends on how long the cycles are, which is annoying because in the other rivulet category, the story percent, we have allowed a setting that makes the cycles as long as possible all the time. And the only reason we had that setting on in the first place is because we thought that it was only possible to make it to that shelter, the one that I was about to get to. We thought that it was only possible with the max length cycle. Turns out it's actually possible to just skip shelters entirely, because you can get to the part of the wall where the raid doesn't affect you. You can get there within a single cycle, starting from drainage. So maybe the like max length cycles is a bit too much, but that's only possible because I've practiced the route so much and I've practiced the movement. So most people attempting to speedrun for on their first few attempts aren't going to be able to do that. Excuse me. You can make a mod that has the restart button, pause menu, so that you could like restart a run with time to exit out completely. As long as it has the same effect timing as the new game button from the main menu or from the character select screen, because speedruns always are timed by starting like right then when the circles fills up. If the timing was exactly the same, and you could go like get it verified, so that could be used in actual runs, then yeah, that'd be cool. But at the moment, no mods are going to be allowed until they're like verified, which only a handful have been. Like the input display that I have on right now, that's been specifically allowed, but no other mods really. Got to get the pearl. It doesn't really matter too much, but just in case there's scavengers in this area, sometimes you can avoid being attacked by them by giving them a pearl. Like that. Or by holding onto some fruit. They actually do kind of act as shields. In some cases. Do the same thing with jellyfish. But that's only if something hits them directly. And they are pretty small, sometimes you kind of hold them behind your body, so they don't actually work as shields. So I have the same amount of time in the cycle. I guess I'll have to stay in the first shelter here. And if I have enough time, I'll make it all the way up to the top of Chimney, but I may not. I might have to go to the other shelter. Which is definitely possible if I don't mess up the plink. Man of time. It's actually the longest cycle possible, so definitely be able to make it to the last shelter. We'll try a plank again. Okay, a few attempts. That's usually how it turns out. It's really hard to get that timing consistent. So it's not even timing, I'm just spamming jump. You could probably learn the specific timing, but I think it would vary based on the water level. It's kind of random too. There's something up here. Oh, there's a few somethings up. Save me, white lizard. Oh, come on. Usually you're able to outrun leap lizards if they don't jump at you too often. That one was really fast, but I actually managed to escape that. Still a big time loss, but I don't really care too much as long as I can make it to the shelter. But it's been a very long time since I've actually been saved from by another lizard in a speedrun. Always kind of hoping maybe also I don't have a thing to throw here, but you know, maybe the getting caught by a blue or leap lizard here is actually a time save, so it'll move faster than me, and then I'll get saved at the top, but that never happens. Hello, welcome to the stream. This is an Artificer. If you want to see the Artificer, I guess you could go back earlier in the stream or watch the VOD later. But I'm currently testing out a different route in a rivulet pilgrimage percent. Got it because I completed the Artificer run a bit faster than I expected. But honestly, I was kind of ready to just die for an hour straight. That's kind of how Artificer is. Not time it takes to fill in the circle, but the delay from the circle, when the circle fills up and the game's starting, it should work exactly the same, because that's when we start the timer. So I had plenty of extra time. I don't have any food. I didn't think about that. Unless I can get a bunch of bat flies. No, it's already raining. Okay. Someday I'll actually. Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't even be able to make it past or make it back to the shelter because it was already raining again. Food. Kind of used to not getting food. I forgot that that's how this run works because the other strategy, I actually don't eat any food at all past drainage system. But I need to stay in more shelters now, especially since the cycle length is random. It was a good run. It would have been. Actually, not even really, because I got caught by the leap lizards, so that was a big climb loss. Groundwork flower, I don't need that. So yeah, I do need to eat food again at some point. Probably by grabbing the blue fruit in one of those last chimney rooms, and then some bat flies maybe. Because there's actually usually a lot of bat flies in that room. It's pretty consistent. I wanted to test out a later part of the route, but I haven't even gotten there yet. This is actually a lot better than attempts of story percent runs, because I usually restart like 20 times before actually getting past, like at least getting to pebbles. It takes like a ton of restarts. Which really sucks, because every restart starts with or every attempt starts with like 2 minutes of karma caching. Very interesting conversation going on right now. This is actually a longer cycle here too, so I'm gonna make it to the second shelter, even if it's a little bit slower. Excuse me. Take these mushrooms. Scavengers actually do like those mushrooms. Wow, really? That was actually even less likely to happen. And there goes the... Whatever, let's just keep going. Because it could have hit the one of the fruit and I wouldn't have died. Just keep going. I'll adjust for the time loss later when I'm actually comparing this route. Run out of pearls, store-bought. Store-bought pearls are mushrooms. Actually, I got a good cycle again, so it's not too bad. $1. No, those are overseer eyes. Those are the dollar store pearls. Red other bring. Actually, no, I shouldn't. But ideally, I don't go all the way to the next shelter, so I should have open hands. And now there's no scavengers at all, so it's free now. I've actually lost runs before to those snails. So it's a pretty big time loss when you have to pick up your like fruit again if you're carrying some. That turtle. Are you referring to the popping things? These guys? I usually call them snails. Although I don't think they really kind of their own thing. But they're definitely not turtles. Already been 2 hours. A good hour was me dying before even getting out of garbage waste. Was that actually a plank? There we go. That's a plank. You also call them snails? Okay. Turtle close enough, right? You can hold S to skip intros. That used to work, but I haven't been able to get it to work in Downpour. See if we run into lizards this time. I really shouldn't have thrown a spear at him, because then he just caused him to fall down. And me to fall down, too. Why is there to be vultures there? Suggestion of physics. I need to do something there to get across that gap. And now I don't have a long cycle, so I have to be fast here. Thought that it might even be possible to make it to that last shelter with a long cycle, but couldn't even attempt that there. Of course, now that I have this pearl, the scavengers aren't here. I mean, I'd rather them not show up anyway. Yeah, that's totally fair. Is this glitch that happened one time? I don't know if it happened on stream or when I was doing attempts on my own, but one time I made it to the shelter about halfway through Chimney Canopy, and when I woke up, this pearl was in there, even though I didn't bring it over there. I think I left it in this room, actually. If anyone wants to try to figure out what happened in that glitch or like recreate it, it'd be really cool to have a glitch that could bring pearls, like into shelters like that. Maybe for a Spearmaster. Wow. Okay. Yeah. I'm never gonna get to test out the strategy, am I? Oh, nice long cycle. It'd be cool if I could actually make use of it. Yeah, I'm tracking, couldn't figure out where to put the pearl and put it in my shelter. That's what I think would happen. Because usually, like, if you lose a pearl, right? Or any like key item, it'll respawn somewhere next cycle. But maybe if I lost it in a different region, it had to load into a region that, or need to respawn in a region that was loaded in. So it chose my shelter as like a default location. Excuse me. Not very nice. I haven't been able to get the turnaround decently there. I feel like it was something like this. Like I might have thrown the pearl over there and it is like counted as the other region, so it unloads somehow. We'll see. So I am going to that shelter this time. If I can actually make it. I've also lost runs to those nails. Nice of this spider to show up here. And this one, I don't like how they grab onto you like this. Oh, now this lizard is here. That's wonderful. There's a dead spider over there if you want something. It's a lot easier to catch. Okay. Flank would have been really nice to get there. Guess we can't. Oh, nice spider. Guess he lost interest. Now the leaf lizard on both sides. Is he just not interested? Is it already raining? Not really. Actually, yes, it kind of is. This is why we thought that you needed max length cycle to make it to the shelter. It's already raining, and I'm not even close. Yeah, I don't know which one of those is faster. It is only a few rooms away, but yeah, this isn't great. Like one room away from here. It is doing this like weird pattern. Oh, okay, let's just die instantly. Even then, I don't think I would have been able to make it past the next room. Alright, I think I'm gonna end the stream. It seems like I'm not able to finish that run. Maybe I'll test it another time. But, yeah, this was, it's supposed to be Artificer. Anyway. So, I'll probably do more review it another time. But I don't know, I feel like I've already doing enough of the speedruns on my own time. So if there's a, like, actual reason for me to stream it again, or I'll do something like this where if I have extra time at the end of the stream, I'll do a little bit of review it. So yeah, thanks everyone for watching. For some reason, the analytics screen of the stream is super messed up. Like the views keep going negative and positive back and forth. It's super weird. Yeah. Anyways, see ya.